Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudhirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā. Bhagavati uttamashloke bhaktir bhavati nishtaki. Ārādhyo bhagavan vrajeshatanaya stadhama vrindavanam. Ramya kachitupasana vrajavadhu vargena va kalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam pramanam amalam prema pumartho maha. Śrī Caitanya-Mahāprabhur-matamidam tattradhara-napara. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna-pristhaya bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti-vedanta Swaminiti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yonta pravishya mama vacha imam prasuptam Sanjeevayat akhila shakti dhara swadhamna anyam sahasta shravanat adin pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam yasya prasanna bhagavan gunair maitri adibhirhari tasmai namanti bhutani nimnamapa iva swayam. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for your kind association in reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. We are reading Canto 10, Chapter 33, entitled The Rasa Dance. And we're almost towards the end of this chapter, the end of the Rasa Panchadhyaya, the 5 chapters which talk about the Rasa Leela pastime in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Chapter 28, 29, 30, 31, and 30. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 is the last one. And we are at text number 32. Hare Krishna. Kushala charitena Kushala architen esham iha swartho na vidyate viprayayena vanartho nirahankarinam prabho. Kushala acharitenaisham iha swartho na vidyate viparyayena vanartho nirahankarinam prabho. Translation: by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear Prabhu, when these great persons who are free from false ego act piously in this world, they have no selfish motives to fulfill. And even when they act in apparent contradiction to the laws of piety, they are not subject to sinful reactions. Anyone remembers the context? You get a bonus laddu if you can tell who is speaking this to whom and what's the context. Anyone can try? Okay, we'll try to. So, Parikshit Maharaj, the Rasalila chapter or pastime is pretty much over, right? All the episode is pretty much over. And then Parikshit Maharaj, on behalf of all of us, on behalf of all the other people, there were monists and karmis and, they were sitting in that assembly when Shukdev Goswami was narrating on the banks of Ganges at Shukathal. Parikshit Maharaj asked, how can, apparently this seems very immoral, right? Krishna dancing with the girls, Krishna touching them, etc. So he didn't ask for himself. Hare Krishna. So he didn't ask that question because he was doubting the character of the Supreme Lord, but he asked it for the benefit of the other audience. So similarly, I was hearing this afternoon that even Arjuna, it's not that he was disturbed, it's not that he was confused and bewildered and crying, but Krishna took him as the medium or to give that message of Bhagavad Gita to all of us. And he chastised him also. Hey, you're acting like you're acting like very knowledgeable person, but you're actually foolish. If he would have said it to the readers of Bhagavad Gita, you're acting very intelligent, but you're actually foolish. They'll stop reading further. But actually, that's meant for us, is it not? Arjuna was a pure devotee. Similarly, Parikshit Maharaj, pure soul. He didn't doubt the character of the Supreme Lord, but till date, many people doubt. Many people raise questions. So to clarify that, Parikshit Maharaj asked this question, and then Shukdev Goswami begins to reply from text number 29, which we have discussed, but some of you were not there. So just quickly, he mentioned that these great people who are powerful controllers, what to speak of the Supreme Lord, who is the controller of all controllers, right? Even Indra, Brahma, etc. We should not imitate them. Like we cannot imitate the Rudra's drinking of the poison ocean, right? During the Samudra Manthan. So we should not try to imitate. These are special people, special souls, special beings, uh, and therefore one who is intelligent should carry out their instructions. The statements of the Lord's empowered servants are always true. So beautiful. And the acts they perform are exemplary when consistent with those statements. So someone said this like Krishna ki kathani and Sri Ram ki karani. So Sri Krishna ki kathani, that means what he spoke, the Gita. And Sri Ram ki, if someone wants to imitate the actions, okay, try to follow the footsteps of Lord Ram. Ekapatni Vrata, to protect his wife. He crossed over the ocean. He fought a great battle to give the word, to protect the glory of his word. He went to the forest. He was not like all the great qualities personified Lord Ram. So in short, we should not see flaws or imperfections, apparent imperfections, flaws, shortcomings, especially in these transcendental personalities. They are not ordinary. Like one should not consider Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma to be ordinary persons. What to speak of their master, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami, which is Krishna. So when these great, so now I hope the context is clear. When these great persons are free from false ego, act piously in this world, they have no selfish motives. So they have no selfish motives. Krishna is not dancing with this gopis to selfishly serve his passionate desires. No. He is dancing to reciprocate the love of his devotee. And even when they act in apparent contradiction to the laws of piety, they are not subject to sinful reaction because they're the lawmaker, right? So it may seem as an apparent contradiction to the laws of nature. Hey, how come Krishna is dancing with the girls? But still, they're not subject to, because he is beyond all that. He is beyond the laws of nature. He is the one who makes the laws. He is the supreme Bhagavan. Krishna does not Krishna is not our servant who needs to do what we think is right. We are his servant, so we have to understand. Does that help? Any thoughts, questions in this matter? Comments? So I hope everyone gets the context now. So Judev Goswami is answering Parikshit Maharaj's question, my dear Prabhu. So what does my dear Prabhu here mean? Judev Goswami is addressing this to whom?
Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj. Very nice. Yes, thank you, Ekant Prabhu, for joining as well. So you see this, even Bhagavatam is addressing. So although Shukdev Goswami is the speaker, who is at a higher position, right? Because Parikshit Maharaj has come to inquire, so the knowledge flows from high to low. But still, he's addressing Parikshit Maharaj as my dear Prabhu. So that's why in ISKCON also we address devotees as Prabhu. That my dear sir, you are my worshipable, you are respected. And of course, saying that is easy, but you should try to mean it also. Yes, text 33. Anyone would like to read? Yes, can't prove.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Hare Krishna, Dhanwad Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Text 33. Kim uttakhila sattvanam triyanam mritya devakshasam ishtusya ket sityavanam sityanam कुशल लावण्यः लावण्यः. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada devotees. Srila Prabhupada devotees ki jai. How then could the Lord of all creatures, animals, man, and demigods have any connection with the piety and impiety that affect his subject creatures? Purport. As explained in text 32, even great personalities empowered by the Lord are free from the laws of karma. Then, what to speak of the Lord Himself? After all, the laws of karma is created by Him and is the expression of His omnipotent will. Therefore, His activities, which He performs out of His own pure goodness, are never subjected to criticism by ordinary living beings. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Any comments you have in this text?
Yes, Prabhuji. As you said, like he is beyond everything, and everything came from him. So, like, I think people, like even for me, when I was not aware of this Leela, like when I heard about Ras Leela, I had a different perception. But after going through all these things, realizing, hearing all the purports and the conversations that you are sharing, it means that obviously we know that Krishna is the supreme, which everything that is everything. Now we are kind of it re-emphasize that the mindset which we have is what has to be proper to look at things in the right channel. And when we are reading such pastimes, we need to have a great consciousness to understand what the whole reason behind it is. So those are some things which came to my mind, Prabhuji. Thank you. Please correct me or add more to it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu. A few days back, I was sharing this in another forum, this verse. Avajananti mam moda manushim tanum ashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. And Krishna comes as ordinary human beings with two hands. And people think, oh, I have two hands, he has two hands, I have a nose, he has a nose, I have legs, he has legs. I like to dance with girls, he likes to, oh, we are more or less safe. And they think that, oh, he's just an ordinary guy. They do not know my transcendental param bhavam, topmost nature. They do not know my topmost nature, my transcendental nature. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. I am the Maha Ishvara. I am the topmost controller. We cannot control, we cannot raise our hand like this for 7 minutes. He can lift the entire Govardhan for 7 days, 7 nights. And even the world's heavyweight champion, they would lift, I don't know how much they can lift, 500 pounds, 1,000 pounds. For how much? A moment or two, like 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Can they hold it for like 5 minutes? No. Oh, they'll try to lift and like gone in 1 or 2 seconds, trying to make a record. But Krishna was effortlessly like lifting it. So, in the example, when the president comes to jail to look at or just do a like a inspection or some audit or just a silly prisoner or less intelligent prisoner, or he's going to a mental asylum, etc. So what they may think, oh, he's also crazy. He's also a prisoner, one amongst us. Therefore, he's in the jail. Otherwise, why would the president come in the jail? Right? Because he must be a prisoner. Right? So the analogy given is the clouds cover the sky and cover the vision of the people. The people are like the jivas, the clouds are like Maya. But Krishna is above Maya. We are covered by the Maya. As we see here also in this nice picture, we are covered by the modes, the ropes, the gunas. But Krishna is the one who's gunatita. Maya dhakshina prakriti suyati sacharacharam. Under my direction, this gunas, this prakriti is working. Whatever we do or conditioned souls do, they are doing it because the ropes are pulling. The ropes or the gunas or the modes are pulling them. But Krishna is not bound by these. Ichhanurupam api yasya cha cheshtate sa govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Srishti sthiti pralaya sadhana shakti rekha eka chayeva. Sorry, this should be in the top line. Chayeva yasya bhuvanani bibarti durga. Ichhanurupam yasya cha cheshtate sa govindamadi purusham. The external potency, Durga, Maya, works like a shadow under the direction of Govinda. She creates, maintains, and destroys the material world in accordance of his will. Bhagwan ki Shakti ke under chalti. But Maya, we are under the grip of Maya. There's a big difference. We are under the clouds. Krishna is over the clouds. Krishna is Surya. Clouds are like Maya, and Jivas are like these, us conditioned souls. So here the point is that, so this verse was about whom? when these great persons, who are these great persons referred to? Indra, Brahma, Shiva, etc. Right? If we go back a little bit back, this verse is referring to this Lord's devotees, special controllers like Shiva, like Brahma, etc. So in text number 32 or 32, yeah, when these great persons, referring to all those, are free from false ego, so even these great people are not affected. So let's put it this way. So if these great people are not affected, how come their Lord, how can the Lord of all the created beings, animals, men, even the demigods like Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Shiva, etc., have any connection with the piety and the impiety that affects his subject creatures? So in short, this is like a question that in short it's not possible, right? For example, if I take a mundane example to explain this point, the the richest man in India, let's say Mr. Ambani, and his son is begging on the street. How does that sound? Does it sound appropriate? Even his son may not be the richest person in India, but because he is connected to the richest person in India, he cannot be poor. Does that make sense now? Because he's connected to the richest person in India, he cannot be poor. Right? Everyone agrees? Because he is his son. So, if the son of the richest person cannot be poor, how can that richest person be ever beg on the road? That's the connection, right? But sometimes what may happen, the son may stand in the queue, like let's say a big bhandara has been arranged, and 10,000 people are lined up in the queue, and then the guy who's organizing, the person who's organizing the bhandara, the big bhandara, which will take but thousands of dollars, and then he goes in the line, and like a common person who's just standing in the queue does not care like who has arranged and why it has arranged, and they care about food, right? So and the common person, there are like thousands of people in the queue waiting for their turn to come to get their lunch, food, prasadam. And then this person tries to pass through the line. And the others, they're saying, hey, don't cut the line, don't cut the line. Hey, go back, go back. We have been waiting here for 30 minutes. Don't try to kind of sneak in the line. What are they thinking? Avajananti Mamuda Manushim Tanamash. They're thinking, oh, he's also hungry like us. Therefore, he's trying to cut in the line, cut in the queue, and try to quench his hunger faster, right? But is that the case? No, he's the one who has organized this big, bandara for 10,000 people. But ordinary people don't know, just because he's wandering or he's doing a survey, and people are thinking he's one like us, which is very, very far from the truth. So it can be also applied to the Mahabhagavad devotees, the Guru. Someone could think, oh, Guru, yeah, he also has two hands. He also wears dhoti kurta or whatever chadar. I also wear dhoti. He also eats prasad. I also eat prasad. He's also using the car. I'm also using the car. So maybe we're more or less same. That is a very, very big offense, right? That is Guru Aparadh. That is Vaishnava Aparadh. To consider the great souls as ordinary men is a big offense. right? One should be very careful. No, they are like walking and talking God. Should be very, very careful. Any thoughts, comments? 634. Anyone would like to read? Please. Shital Mataji or Ravi Prabhu? Manjulali?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mata.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam to all devotees. Yat Pada Pankaja Paraganisheva Tripta Yoga Prabhava Vidutakila Karma Bandhaha Swairam Charanti Munayo Apina Nayamanas Saste Chaya Tava Pushyaha Kuta Eva Bandhaha. Translation by the disciples of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada and disciples ki Jai. Material activities never entangle the devotees of the Supreme Lord who are fully satisfied by serving the dust of his lotus feet. Nor do material activities entangle those intelligent sages who have freed themselves from the bondage of all fruitive reactions by the power of yoga. So, how could there be any question of bondage for the Lord Himself, who assumes His transcendental forms according to His own sweet will? Hare Krishna.
Mataji for reading this nice verse. Any thoughts here? Any additional comments?
Material activities, as we know, are the cause of bondage, depending on whatever activities or whatever mode of passion that is acting upon a conditioned soul. Accordingly, he gets entangled. But the same doesn't apply to the Supreme Lord, definitely. That is all I have to say. Prabhuji, please add. There.
Can someone share? Thank you, Mataji. Can someone share a verse from Bhagavad Gita where it says that material activities or non-Krishna conscious activities are binding, but Krishna conscious activities are not binding. They are liberating or uplifting. Can anyone think of any verse from the Shastra? Material activities bind us to this world. Okay, I'll share. Very, very famous verse. Very important verse also. Yagyat karmano nyatra. 3.9 Bhagavad Gita. Yagyat karmano nyatra loko yam karma bandhanaha. Tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara. Let's try to break it down. Yagya artha. So yagya artha, the activity done for the pleasure of yagya. Yagya here refers to Lord Vishnu. Vasudeva paramakha. Vasudeva parayoga. Vasudeva paraveda. So yagya here is Vishnu. So the activity is done, karma done to please Lord Vishnu. What do they do? Let's jump to the fourth line. Mukta sanga samachara. They are liberating. Okay, anyatra. So, in Sanskrit, Sanskrit is very sophisticated language. So it doesn't need to go in like the sentence, right? So like here and then, translation says here. Anyatra. So anyatra means uske separate. That means non-yagyarthas activities. right? Otherwise, in short, the activities which are not done for the pleasure of Vishnu, what will they lead to? Loko yam karma bandhana, right? Tadartham Kaunteya, O Kunti Putra, O Arjuna. So, if done activities for uh, the pleasure of Lord Vishnu, tadartham karma Kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Does that make sense? Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work causes bondage in this world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, please perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction. In that way, you will always remain free from bondage. And kind of very similar verse, those people, those men who are doing these activities fully to satisfy the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna, nor do material activities entangle those people, intelligent sages, devotees, right? Because they're not doing anything for their pleasure. They're doing yagyartha karma kaunteya. They're doing for the for the satisfaction of Vishnu. So they're not bound by religion or irreligion. Like Prabhupada also did many activities which may be not be considered for a sannyasi. For example, a sannyasi is not supposed to, get his disciples married. Sannyasi is not supposed to conduct marriages, right? You will not see that. But a pure soul whose only purpose is to serve Krishna is not bound by the codes of religion and irreligion. Typically, sannyasis would not even cross the ocean, right? But Prabhupada, who has completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, they are beyond this. So if they are beyond this, how can their master, the one who gives them energy, the one who is their eternal friend, guide, shelter, Krishna? No, he can never be bound. He does everything out of his own sweet will. So the example of the rich person and the son also. So basically devotees are like the good son of God, good child of God, right? How can they be in difficulty, right? Any other thoughts here? Anyone has? By the power of Bhakti Yoga, Yoga Prabhava, Karma Bandhana. So beautiful, actually. We can memorize a few phrases here. Yat pada pankaja paraga nisheva tripta. So beautiful. Yat pada pankaja, those who have taken shelter of what? Paraga, the dust of the lotus feet. Nisheva, niseva, tripta. They're very, very happy. Tripta. They're happy with the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. What will happen then? Yoga prabhav. योग के प्रभाव से yoga prabhava vidhutakhila karma bandhai. Vidhuta akhila. Sometimes they say Akha India janta hai, right? Akhila is coming from there. Or Akhila, the word Akha is Akhila, entire, all. Akhila karma bandhan. They're freed from all the bondage. Right? Not very hard to memorize this. Yat pada pankaja paraga niseva tripta. Yoga prabhava vidhutakhila karma bandhai. By the power of the Bhakti Yoga process, Yoga Prabhava, Yoga ke Prabhav se Vidhuta, washed away, Dhunai, right? Every sin, all the bondage Vidhuta, akhila, all, not just one or two, not just small cleansing. Vidhuta, akhila, complete cleansing. Sarvadharman paritejya mameka aham tvam sarva papebhyo. Right? All. Akhila karma bandha. Krishna will destroy. How? By the power of Bhakti Yoga. And to whom? Those who have taken shelter of Tadyat Pada Pankaja Paraga. Those who are happily serving, satisfied by the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. To those people, this will happen. They are free. Charanti munayo pi na ya manas. They are not bound. Tasya ichha yata vapu saha kuta eva bandhai. So, how could there be any question of the bondage to the Lord Himself, who assumes the transcendental forms according to His own sweet will? At least these two lines we can all try to memorize. Yad pada pankaja paraga niseva tripta yoga prabhava viduta khila karma bandhai. By the power of the dust of the lotus feet, all the bondage will be destroyed. Hare Krishna. Any thoughts, comments, questions? Anyone? Okay, text 35. Yes. Preeti Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I am in the kitchen, Prabhu, so would that be okay? I can listen.
Sure, that's totally fine. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes, Manjali Devi, you want to read?
Hare Krishna, text 35. Gopinam tat patitanam cha sarvishami dehinam yontas charati sudhyaksha kridane neha deha bhak. He who lives as the overseeing witness within the gopis and their husbands, and indeed within all embodied living beings, assumes forms in this world to enjoy transcendental pastimes. But we certainly do not assume our bodies to enjoy transcendental pastimes as the Lord does. We eternal souls have accepted material bodies by force because of a foolish attempt to enjoy this material world. The Lord's forms are all eternal, spiritual existence, and cannot be reasonably equated with our temporary flesh. Since Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord dwelling within the gopis, the so-called husbands, and all other living beings, what possible sin could there be on his part if he embraces some of the beings he himself has created? What fault could there be if the Lord goes with the gopis to a secret place, since he already dwells within the most secret part of every living being, the core of the heart? Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Any comments here? Okay. So see, now Shukdev Goswami is giving a totally different reason. So can someone share what are all the reasons he has given so far to Parishit's question? Please try. What all reasons he has given so far? Let's try to write those down so that yeah, please help me. It will be good to write those. Shukdev Goswami's reasons. So first he said that the great personalities like Shiva, Brahma, etc. are beyond this. So how could their master be under spell of Maya, right? And then he talked about Krishna's greatness, right? That he is the supreme controller. And not ordinary being. We discuss about Avjananti Mamuda. So we discuss about even the devotees are over Maya, pure devotees, let's put it this way, not ordinary devotees. So Krishna is certainly above Maya, is it not? But now he is giving a different angle. Now he's saying that Krishna is the master and the super soul in everyone's heart. Krishna enjoying with them or Krishna being with them is actually not inappropriate because he's anyways they are his, right? Krishna sarvasya chaham hridasannivishto. He's seated in the region of the heart of every living being. So he is in the most confidential part of every being. That's their heart. The secret place, as mentioned in the purport. He dwells in the most secret part of the core of their heart, right? Where do we keep the secrets? Right? In the heart, right? Oh, we say, oh, this is very special to my heart. I won't share with anyone. But Krishna is there. He knows everything. So he is the witness of Drishta Anumanta Cha. He is overseeing within the gopis and their husbands, and indeed with all the embodied beings. So what's wrong in short? If he's already there, then it's his property, right? He's the Kshetragya. He's the supreme proprietor. So if a big businessman has 10 cars and he is sometimes using car 1, next week using car 2, and sometimes using car 10, will you say if someone says, hey, why are you using so many cars? Hey, what's your problem? He has earned it. He has paid for them. He is the master. He's the proprietor. What's your problem? Is it not? Right? So Krishna is the master, proprietor, owner. He is the Bijik Pradapita. He's the seed-giving father. He can treat his devotees the way he likes. He's God. What's your problem? One time His Holiness Radha Govind Sai Maharaj was mentioning, koi log jaise Hindi mein, people are asking, why Krishna is doing Rasa Leela? अरे तो महाराज बोले कि तुम्हारी पत्नी के साथ रासलीला किया क्या? एक्चुअली तुम उसके साथ हो, that is a problem because she is not your property. Why are you with her? That's a problem. She also belongs to Krishna. Everyone belongs to Krishna. Prabhupada, when he went to London, he named Radha London Ishwar, Radha Paris Ishwar. Anyone knows why? Can you think of why? Like these names are unique, right? Generally, it's like Radha Gopinath deities or Radha Gopijanavallam deities, Radha Parthasarthi, Radha, Murlidhar, etc. But in London and Paris, he named the deities as Radha London Ishwar or Radha Paris Ishwar. Like he didn't name like Radha Delhi Ishwar, Radha Mumbai Ishwar, or Radha Florida Ishwar. Any thoughts? Manjali, you know the reason? Preeti Mataji, anyone knows the reason?
Because French girls are considered very beautiful in the world, so Prabhupada wanted to establish that Krishna is the Lord of every. He's the most beautiful and he's the Lord of everyone.
Very well. Thank you. So Prabhupada named them the deities as Radha Parasishwar, Radha Landaneshwar. So basically, he is the master of everyone, right? He is the enjoyer. If anyone else has a problem, actually, they are the thieves. They are the ones who are selfishly trying to enjoy Krishna's property. Even if they are married to one girl or boy, that's also, if they are thinking that my wife is my property and subject for my enjoyment or object for my enjoyment, that's a problem. That is a big problem. And those relationships never, sustain well. If the wife thinks husband is, object of my enjoyment or object to fulfill my enjoyment or my enjoyment propensity through money, through house, through car, and the husband thinks that the wife is an object to fulfill my material desires, etc., then there will be a problem because they're not situated in our mool sambandham, which is I'm das, I'm the caretaker. It's Krishna's property. It's Guru's property. My wife is my wife second, but the servant of Krishna first, the servant of Guru first. She belongs to Guru and Krishna. He belongs to Guru and Krishna. In every marriage, if you hear in a marriage address, this is spoken in some shape or form. That my wife, my husband is not my property for enjoyment, but they are Guru and Krishna's property, and they're handing it over under my care to serve them. Hare Krishna. Any thoughts here? Any comments? Questions? Corrections? Any other thoughts before we wrap up for today? It's almost 9. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. No questions or corrections or comments, Prabhu. But it was so nice to hear that how things are kind of linked to each other, which were not, which were almost like go unnoted if you are not really going into the details. So again, reading between the lines is we say that in English, right? So like if you're looking at from an outside, as you said, like as a normal person, you don't really see why he is doing it and what was the reason behind uh, and how all those things are happening. But like for outside, like when I'm looking from an outside lens, it appears to me it's like a, as the name says, Rasa, Aslila. So just talking to that. But once we are hearing all these things, it's really make us think beyond, right? And as you connected very much like through Bhagavad Gita slokas, it really made me think in a different perspective completely. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu, for your sincerity and joining. The treasure lies when we go deep in the ocean, right? That's what all the acharyas mention. So bhakti is meant, as devotees, we should try to go deep, right? In the sense to understand better, to apply better. Why Krishna is saying, what is he saying, what does it mean to me? And as you said, reading in between the lines, it just really helps to to meditate better on the Supreme Lord, to understand His mood, to understand the mood of His devotees. And then we can apply, right? If we don't understand, if we don't understand ourselves, how can we apply it, and how can we help others understand? So we must try. And therefore Prabhupada has spent so much time and energy in giving these books to us. Prabhupada said I have put everything in my books. So we must try to go deeper and dive deeper into the ocean of bhakti. And I was hearing, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was mentioning this question I personally asked about 2 weeks back when we got a chance to meet Maharaj. I asked him, and he mentioned this world when I asked him, like, what are some of the things we should prioritize in our lives? He mentioned this, like, the world is going through so many challenges every day, and they're just increasing by quantity and by by the nature, and every country, there's so many challenges, world wars, problems, tensions, fights, and visas, and economic crisis, and political crisis. So many like upheavals are happening, but they always were in some shape or form. This should only help us to go deeper, to understand that the real reality is Krishna and the real process is Bhakti Yoga. And as we read today, we can meditate tonight on this line. Yad pada pankaja paraga nisheva tripta yoga prabhava viduta akhila karma bandhai. Everything inauspicious will be destroyed by this Bhakti Yoga process. This is the eternal reality. Rest all is illusion. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay, we'll pause here and continue tomorrow. I have some engagements so we can't do. And Thursday there's a special discussion by Vanita Mataji, so she'll be doing that. So please join on Thursday, and most likely we'll read on Friday and try to complete this chapter. So this on Friday we'll complete this chapter, even if we go a little bit extra, and we'll complete the Rasa Panchadhyaya on Friday evening. ग्रंथराज Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam पुराण की जय, जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। Thank you. Hare Krishna.